You are currently adhering to financial guidance that was never intended for your specific circumstances. The budgeting frameworks you've bookmarked from viral social media posts were likely authored by individuals earning triple your current salary. The investment paradigms discussed on popular podcasts are frequently tailored for capital reserves you have yet to accumulate. Furthermore, the ubiquitous Save 20% rule is mathematically unattainable for millions of hardworking people who encounter it daily. Here is the unvarnished truth about personal finance. Strategies that excel at one income tier do not merely become redundant at another, they often become detrimental. Habits that facilitate wealth accumulation at a $35,000 annual income can actively impede your progress at $75,000, while approaches that serve you well at $75,000 can transform into significant liabilities once you surpass the $100,000 threshold. You have likely sensed this intuitively. The advice that felt revolutionary at the onset of your career now seems increasingly detached from your current reality. Yet few experts explain the why, the when, or the specific pivots required at each developmental stage. This video provides a comprehensive breakdown of the precise financial strategies that yield results at three pivotal income levels: $35,000, $75,000, and $100,000 and above. These are not generic platitudes. They are calibrated tactics designed to navigate the unique constraints and capitalize on the specific opportunities inherent in each bracket. If you have ever questioned whether your financial priorities align with your actual situation rather than someone else's balance sheet with entirely different constraints, this presentation is designed specifically for you, offering clarity and actionable insights that are directly relevant to your financial journey and personal aspirations. Your income bracket dictates your primary financial objectives, and it is imperative to stop following blueprints designed for a different paycheck. Let's begin with the reality of earning $35,000. At this level, your net monthly take-home pay is approximately $2,500. This sum must cover housing, utilities, nutrition, transportation, insurance, and all other essential expenditures. We will not minimize the difficulty of this situation. It is objectively challenging. At this threshold, every single dollar carries a weight that higher earners often fail to comprehend. A $200 mechanical failure isn't a mere annoyance, it is a financial crisis that can trigger a cascade of missed obligations, late penalties, and compounding debt that takes months to resolve. Strategies at this level are not about optimization or sophisticated arbitrage. They are about survival and establishing the bedrock for future prosperity, ensuring a stable foundation for growth and upward mobility, which is crucial for long-term financial health and security. This foundational understanding is paramount for anyone navigating the complexities of personal finance at this income tier, providing a clear roadmap for initial financial stability and setting the stage for future wealth creation. The primary objective is creating financial breathing room through a foundational emergency fund. Forget the traditional 3 to 6 month target for now. That is a milestone for later. Your immediate goal is securing 1 to 2 months of essential living expenses in a liquid account. If your core necessities total $2,000 monthly, your target is $2,000 to $4,000. This fund serves as a vital shock absorber, preventing a single unforeseen event from dismantling your financial stability and forcing you into high-interest credit cycles that take years to escape. To achieve this when margins are narrow, automate the allocation of 5% to 10% of your net pay, roughly $125 to $250 monthly. Schedule this transfer for the day after your paycheck arrives, ensuring the capital is prioritized before discretionary spending occurs. While many argue they cannot afford to save, a psychological shift happens when funds are removed automatically. Your consumption patterns naturally recalibrate to the remaining balance. The capital that would have been diluted by minor, impulsive purchases instead builds your safety net. Conduct a rigorous audit of your last 60 days of spending. Identify dormant subscriptions and negotiate recurring bills like internet, mobile, or insurance. These brief interactions frequently yield monthly savings of $10 to $50. In 2026, high-yield savings accounts offer 4 to 5% APY. Ensure your emergency fund resides in such an account to earn meaningful interest while remaining fully accessible. This ensures your capital is working for you even while it serves as a critical safety net, providing peace of mind and a buffer against life's inevitable surprises. The secondary priority at $35,000 is the aggressive elimination of high-interest liabilities. Consumer debt at this income level is particularly corrosive, with credit card interest rates averaging over 22% in 2026. A $5,000 balance effectively drains $1,100 annually in interest alone. This is capital that should be funding your future, not servicing past consumption you've already forgotten. Organize every debt by interest rate and balance. Select either the avalanche method, prioritizing the highest interest rate for mathematical efficiency, or the snowball method, targeting the smallest balance for psychological momentum. The avalanche method, while mathematically superior, requires a disciplined approach, whereas the snowball method provides quicker wins that can sustain motivation. Choose the strategy that best aligns with your personal financial psychology to ensure adherence and long-term success. Once your initial emergency fund is established, redirect your automated savings toward debt liquidation. Combat these balances relentlessly until they are erased, then pivot back to expanding your emergency fund using the cash flow previously dedicated to debt service. This cycle of building and protecting is the core of financial resilience at this level, paving the way for future growth and stability, and freeing up valuable resources for investment in your future, allowing you to build a stronger financial foundation and achieve lasting financial security. The psychological victory of eliminating debt can be a powerful motivator, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces responsible financial behavior and accelerates your progress towards financial freedom, ultimately leading to a more secure financial future and enhanced financial flexibility. The tertiary priority is perhaps the most critical, strategically increasing your primary income. While this may sound reductive, the mathematical reality is that at $35,000, there is a hard floor on expense reduction. Housing, food, and transport have baseline costs that cannot be optimized away. You can refine a $35,000 budget indefinitely and still fall short of significant wealth creation. The underlying math simply lacks the necessary leverage. The most potent tool at your disposal is increasing the inflow. This does not necessarily require an immediate career overhaul. Start by maximizing your current position. Inquire about overtime, volunteer for high-impact responsibilities that justify salary adjustments, and initiate transparent dialogues regarding your advancement trajectory. Many individuals at this income level have never directly engaged their managers in conversations about career progression, often to their surprise at the potential opportunities that can arise from such proactive discussions. Simultaneously, acquire high-demand, marketable skills through low-cost or free platforms like YouTube, Khan Academy, and professional certifications. Identify industry-specific needs in your region and dedicate evenings or weekends to skill acquisition. Furthermore, consider secondary income streams that utilize your existing expertise, whether through tutoring, freelancing, or specialized consulting. Even a modest $500 monthly increase represents a significant percentage boost to your base. The objective is not to stay at $35,000 while optimizing it perfectly. The goal is to build the foundation while working toward the income increase that makes real wealth building possible. This proactive approach ensures you are not just surviving, but actively preparing for the next stage of your financial journey, transforming your earning potential and opening doors to new opportunities for prosperity and long-term financial growth. This strategic focus on income generation is the most impactful lever at this stage, providing the necessary fuel for accelerating your financial ascent and ultimately achieving your financial aspirations, thereby unlocking greater financial potential. Moving to the $75,000 bracket, we enter a fascinating transitional phase. You now possess genuine breathing room. Your obligations are met, and the acute financial anxiety of the lower bracket has likely subsided. However, you are not yet wealthy. You occupy the middle ground, possessing enough income to make substantial progress if managed with precision, or enough rope to create significant financial complications if mismanaged. This range represents the median household income in many developed regions. If you are here, you are outperforming a large segment of the population, but the decisions you make now will have profound long-term consequences, shaping your financial future for decades to come, and determining your trajectory towards true financial independence and prosperity, making this a pivotal moment in your financial life that demands strategic attention and informed decision-making. The choices made at this income level can either propel you towards significant wealth or inadvertently create new financial hurdles, underscoring the importance of deliberate financial planning and execution.
The first strategic move at $75,000 is the full capture of employer-sponsored benefits. If your employer provides a 401k match and you are not contributing the requisite amount to receive the full benefit, you are essentially forfeiting a guaranteed 100% return on investment. This is the closest equivalent to free money in the financial world.
For instance, a 5% match on a $75,000 salary translates to $3,750 in annual contributions from your employer. Over a multi-decade career, this single habit, automated and compounding, builds a formidable nest egg, potentially accumulating hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement. Beyond the match, prioritize a Roth IRA, contributing up to the $7,000 limit for 2026. Roth contributions grow entirely tax-free, meaning your future withdrawals will not be subject to taxation, potentially preserving tens of thousands in capital. This combination creates an automated wealth-building engine that runs without requiring willpower or attention, setting you on a clear path to financial independence and long-term prosperity, securing your future with minimal effort and maximum impact, thereby optimizing your retirement planning and ensuring a comfortable future. This dual approach to retirement savings, leveraging both employer contributions and tax-advantaged individual accounts, forms a robust foundation for long-term wealth accumulation and financial security, providing a powerful advantage in your wealth-building journey.
The second strategy at this level is the implementation of comprehensive financial automation. At $35,000, you monitored every dollar due to thin margins. At $75,000, you have the surplus necessary to build sophisticated systems. On payday, before any discretionary choices are made, automated workflows should distribute your capital, a percentage to your Roth IRA, a portion to specific sinking funds for housing, travel, or vehicle replacement, and all recurring bills handled via autopay. What remains in your primary account is your guilt-free spending capital. This system ensures that your progress is not contingent on memory, motivation, or discipline. Automation also fortifies your credit profile by ensuring perfect payment history. The initial setup requires minimal effort, but pays dividends in the form of background wealth accumulation while you focus on living your life, allowing you to pursue your passions without constant financial worry. This level of systemic management is what separates those who drift from those who build intentional wealth, providing a robust framework for financial control and peace of mind, and ultimately accelerating your journey to financial freedom and long-term financial stability. By automating your financial processes, you remove the emotional element from money management, ensuring consistent progress regardless of daily fluctuations in willpower or attention, and fostering a disciplined approach to wealth creation that is both effective and efficient. The third strategy at $75,000 is a cognitive shift, transitioning from $3 questions to $30,000 questions. At lower incomes, minor expenses are impactful. At $75,000, obsessing over daily coffee or grocery coupons becomes a distraction from the high-leverage decisions that actually move the needle. $3 questions include, should I buy this latte, or can I save $5 on this subscription? Each of these questions, when answered effectively, is worth hundreds of thousands over a lifetime. These inquiries consume mental bandwidth for negligible gain. Conversely, $30,000 questions include, how do I secure a 20% salary increase over the next 24 months? Are my investment fees eroding my long-term returns? And how do I optimize my tax strategy? Each of these questions, when answered effectively, is worth hundreds of thousands over a lifetime. Stop playing small. Stop prioritizing trivial savings over significant growth levers. While maintaining awareness of your spending is wise, once obvious waste is eliminated, your primary focus must shift toward income expansion and investment efficiency. Focus your limited attention on the decisions that actually move the needle, as these are the true drivers of long-term wealth creation and financial freedom. This shift in focus is essential for scaling your wealth to the next level and achieving your most ambitious financial goals, ensuring your efforts are directed where they matter most and yield the greatest returns on your time and capital. This intellectual pivot from micro-optimizations to macro strategies is a hallmark of sophisticated financial management, distinguishing successful wealth builders from those who remain stagnant and ultimately driving substantial financial progress.
Finally, let's address the $100,000 and above threshold. In this bracket, whether you earn $100K, $250K, or more, traditional financial advice often becomes counterproductive. You possess significant capital, diverse options, and a unique set of challenges. The first strategy at this level is achieving radical clarity on the purpose of your wealth. This is a deeply practical exercise. Many high earners default to mindless accumulation or lifestyle creep, upgrading their homes, vehicles, and wardrobes simply because it is expected at their income level. Without a defined vision of your rich life, you may find yourself earning $200,000 but feeling no more secure or free than when you earned half that amount. Define your targets specifically. What experiences truly matter? What is the precise number that grants you the freedom you desire? When you have a clear objective, your financial decisions become intentional and proactive rather than reactive to social pressure. Your money has a purpose beyond accumulation, and your spending decisions become intentional rather than reactive, aligning with your deepest values and aspirations. This clarity is the ultimate antidote to the hedonic treadmill that traps so many high earners in a cycle of endless work and consumption, offering a path to genuine fulfillment and lasting satisfaction, and ultimately defining your legacy and impact on the world. This introspective process is not a luxury, but a necessity for ensuring that increased wealth translates into increased well-being and purpose, providing a solid foundation for meaningful financial decisions and a truly enriched life.
The second strategy for high earners is a rigorous fee audit of all investments. Once your portfolio reaches significant scale, seemingly small fees become massive wealth destroyers. A 1% management fee on a $100,000 portfolio might seem manageable, but over 30 years at a 7% return, it can cost you nearly $200,000 in lost growth. Many high earners employ traditional advisors who charge percentage-based fees for services that could be replicated with low-cost index funds. Evaluate the genuine value you are receiving. If you require complex tax planning or behavioral coaching, consider paying a flat or hourly fee rather than a percentage of your assets under management. This ensures your capital compounds for your benefit, not your advisor's. The difference between paying a $2,000 flat annual fee and a 1% fee on a $1 million portfolio is $8,000 annually, money that compounds in your favor instead of your advisor's, demonstrating the profound impact of even seemingly small percentages over time. Protecting your returns from erosion is just as important as generating them in the first place, ensuring your hard-earned money works optimally for you and your long-term financial goals, maximizing your net worth and securing your financial future. This diligent scrutiny of investment costs is a critical component of preserving and growing substantial wealth and a key differentiator for sophisticated investors seeking to optimize their financial outcomes.
The third strategy addresses the primary wealth killer for high earners: lifestyle inflation. It is insidious because it happens gradually.
The second strategy for high earners is a rigorous fee audit of all investments. Once your portfolio reaches significant scale, seemingly small fees become massive wealth destroyers. A 1% management fee on a $100,000 portfolio might seem manageable, but over 30 years at a 7% return, it can cost you nearly $200,000 in lost growth. Many high earners employ traditional advisors who charge percentage-based fees for services that could be replicated with low-cost index funds. Evaluate the genuine value you are receiving. If you require complex tax planning or behavioral coaching, consider paying a flat or hourly fee rather than a percentage of your assets under management. This ensures your capital compounds for your benefit, not your advisor's. The difference between paying a $2,000 flat annual fee and a 1% fee on a $1 million portfolio is $8,000 annually, money that compounds in your favor instead of your advisor's, demonstrating the profound impact of even seemingly small percentages over time. Protecting your returns from erosion is just as important as generating them in the first place, ensuring your hard-earned money works optimally for you and your long-term financial goals, maximizing your net worth and securing your financial future. This diligent scrutiny of investment costs is a critical component of preserving and growing substantial wealth and a key differentiator for sophisticated investors seeking to optimize their financial outcomes.
The third strategy addresses the primary wealth killer for high earners: lifestyle inflation. It is insidious because it happens gradually, feels justified at each step: a slightly better car, a more prestigious neighborhood, more frequent fine dining. Each of these upgrades feels earned, but collectively, they can anchor you to a high-cost lifestyle that limits your future options and makes true financial freedom elusive. The fourth strategy involves reevaluating traditional milestones such as homeownership. In many 2026 markets, the math often favors renting and investing the difference into higher-yielding assets rather than tying up massive capital in a primary residence with its associated taxes, maintenance, repairs, and interest costs. This is about running the actual numbers for your specific situation rather than adhering to cultural defaults. If you're staying in one location for 10+ years and the purchase math works in your market, buying makes sense. If you value mobility or you're in a market where ownership costs dramatically exceed rental costs, renting might be the wealth-maximizing choice, offering greater flexibility and potentially higher net worth over the long term. This critical analysis ensures your decisions are financially sound and aligned with your personal goals, rather than simply following societal expectations or outdated norms, thereby optimizing your asset allocation and ensuring your financial decisions are truly serving your best interests. This thoughtful consideration of major life purchases free from conventional biases is essential for maintaining financial agility at higher income levels and maximizing long-term financial growth, ultimately contributing to a more robust and adaptable financial strategy.
Across all these income levels, a few principles remain constant. Spend less than you earn. This is foundational at every level. The gap between income and spending is where wealth comes from. Protect that gap against lifestyle inflation, unnecessary expenses, and social pressure to spend at the level of your income. Automate good behavior. At $35,000, automate the emergency fund contribution. At $75,000, automate savings, investments, and bills. At $100,000 and above, maintain and expand those automations. Systems beat willpower at every income level. Increase income over time. Financial optimization has limits, while income growth has far fewer limits. At every level, invest in skills, relationships, and positioning that increase your earning capacity. The most powerful financial move at any income level is usually raising the ceiling rather than just optimizing under it. Understand what you're actually trying to accomplish. Money without purpose leads to accumulation without fulfillment or spending without intention. At every income level, get clear on what your money is for, then align your behavior with those priorities.
But the specific tactics, where to focus your attention, what to optimize, and which battles to fight, genuinely change based on income. The person at $35,000 needs to build a basic emergency fund and eliminate high-interest debt. The person at $75,000 needs to capture employer matches and automate wealth building. The person at $100,000 and above needs to resist lifestyle inflation and ensure their investments aren't being eroded by excessive fees.
Following advice designed for a different income level isn't just suboptimal, it can actively harm your financial progress. The $75,000 earner obsessing over $3 questions is wasting attention that should go toward $30,000 questions. The $100,000 earner still focused on building a starter emergency fund probably has bigger opportunities they're ignoring. Match your strategy to your situation. The strategies that got you to your current income level aren't necessarily the strategies that will serve you at the next level. Be willing to evolve your approach as your circumstances evolve.
Everything in this video is financial literacy applied to different life stages. Most financial content treats all audiences the same, as if the same advice applies equally to the new graduate making $35,000 and the mid-career professional making $150,000. It doesn't. The constraints are different, the opportunities are different, and the optimal strategies are different. Understanding how financial priorities shift across income levels is itself a form of financial literacy that most people never develop. They learn a single set of rules and apply them forever, never realizing that the game changes as income grows. I made a complete breakdown of financial literacy that covers the entire framework, not just income-specific strategies, but the underlying principles that make all financial decisions clearer. How to think about money systematically, how to build wealth at any starting point, and how to avoid the mistakes that derail progress at every level. If this video clarified what you should be focusing on at your current income level or what changes as you move to the next level, that video will give you the complete foundation for making confident financial decisions for the rest of your life.
Because the truth is, your income will change. Maybe it already has, multiple times. Each change brings new challenges and new opportunities. The people who build lasting wealth are the ones who recognize when the game has changed and adapt their strategy accordingly. You now know what matters most at each level. You know what to focus on and what to deprioritize. You know that the advice designed for someone else's income level might not serve your specific situation. The question is what you'll do with that knowledge. Most people will nod along, recognize themselves in one of these brackets, and change nothing. They'll keep following generic advice that may or may not fit their circumstances, and they'll keep focusing on the wrong priorities for their income level. Don't be most people. Identify your bracket, focus on the strategies that matter at your level, and build the foundation that prepares you for the next level. And when you get there, be ready to evolve your approach again. Your income level isn't just a number. It is a set of constraints and opportunities that should shape every financial decision you make. Start acting like it and take control of your financial destiny, forging a path to lasting financial success and true financial freedom. Ultimately, achieving your financial aspirations and living the life you've always envisioned. This journey of financial evolution is continuous, requiring constant learning and adaptation to new economic realities and personal circumstances, ensuring sustained financial well-being and prosperity for years to come.